Hey guys, welcome back to Maximum Automation. If you are new to this channel or you have not subscribed it yet, then please subscribe the channel to get more videos on automation. So today in this video, we're gonna see that how to integrate Extend Report 5 in our framework. To start with, let's get back to our project. This is the same project which we have created in one of my previous video. Now to integrate Extend Report, we have to first add the dependency XML for it in our pom.xml file. And to get the dependency, you can go to the Maven repository and search for Extend Reports. Select the Extend Reports from com.eventstack. Select the latest version of Extend Report 5 and then copy the dependency XML. Now let's go back to pom.xml file and paste the dependency over here. Now save the changes. Now we'll create a new class which will hold all the methods responsible to generate Extend Report. So let's create a new folder or package called libraries. And under that, create a new class. Provide the name of the class. I'm giving the name as Extend Report. And then finish it. So this is the class where we'll be adding all those methods for Extend Report. And to start with, first I'll create class variables. I'm creating a variable of type Extend Report. Extend, then import the package com.eventstack.extendReports. Next, I will add the variable of type Extend Test, and then again import the package for Extend Test. And then we'll again add another variable of type Extend Test, named as Extend Step. Now we'll create methods where we'll use these variables. So the first method which I'm writing is public void initialize extend report. And inside this method, we'll create the instance of extend report and we'll assign it to the extend variable. And then we'll create the object of extend spark reporter. Spark equals to new extend spark reporter. And then we'll provide the path where we would like to generate the extend HTML reports. In previous version of extend reports, we used to have extend HTML reporter and extend logger reporter instead of extend spark reporter. Now both have been deprecated. To get all these details, you can browse to the extend report site and can find all those information over here. Now let's go back to the project and we'll attach the Spark Reporter object to the Extend Report object. We have created the HTML reporter. So now we'll create another function called createFeature. This method will take the feature name as an argument and will create a test with the feature name in our Extend report. So to create the test, we'll write extend test equals to extend dot create test and will provide the feature name as an argument. This create test method will create a test in our report with the name provided in the argument and will return the object of extend test, which will be copied to the extend test variable. So what will happen basically, for each feature, it will create a new test. And then with the help of extend test object, we can create the multiple test scenarios under the same feature or test. And to create the scenario under a test, we'll create another method called createScenario, which will take the scenario name as an input parameter. And then I'll write extend step equals to extend test dot create node and will pass the scenario as an argument. This create node method will create the scenario under the feature and will return the extend test object, which will be copied into the extend step variable. So this way, we'll have a single object for a test scenario, and we'll use the same object to create the test steps under that scenario. Now we'll create another method called as flush report. And inside that, we'll write the statement extend.flush. This method will instruct extend report to write all the test information to a destination, which is an HTML file. If this method won't be called during the test execution, then you won't be getting any HTML report. So we have added the method for creating feature and scenarios. So the next thing which we are left with is test steps. To add the test steps under a scenario, we'll use the different methods of extend report. To start with, first of all, we'll create a method called passed, which will take the step description as an argument. And to generate the pass test step in the report, we'll write extend step dot pass and we'll pass the description. So now whatever test steps we'll get will be printed under the same test scenario to which those test steps belongs. And in similar fashion, we'll create methods for failed, warning, and skip test steps. So we are done with all the methods creation for extend reports. Now the next important thing is to call these methods from the place where we can get all the details like feature name, scenario name, and test step details with their status. So to get all those methods or places where we'll be having all those informations, we have to implement the reporter and formatter from Gherkin.formatter package, and then add all the unimplemented methods from these interfaces. If you want to create another class which implement these interfaces and then can access the method of extend report inside of the new class. Here to keep it simple, I have used the same class for the implementation of these interfaces methods. Now we'll use these methods to push the data into the extend report. First of all, we'll go to the feature method. This method will have the Gherkin feature details. So we'll call our create feature method over here. And we'll pass the feature.getName into that function. Then we'll go to the scenario method and we'll call our create scenario method over here. And we'll pass the scenario.getName to that function. Then we'll go to the step method to get the step details. Now one thing which is important over here, as we have multiple test steps in a scenario, so this method will be called multiple times based on the number of test steps. This method called before the execution of test step. So to keep the test steps details even after the execution ends, we'll have to store this information somewhere in an array or in linked list. So I'll create a linked list of type step to keep all the test step details for a scenario. And then we'll add all the test steps into the test steps linked list using test steps.add, and we'll pass the step information into that function. Now we'll go to the result function. So this method will be called after each test step execution, and we'll have the result status of each test step which got executed. In this result object, we'll just get the test step result status. We won't be getting the test step name or any other details. So that's why we have kept all those information into a linked list. Now we'll fetch the step details from the linked list using test steps.poll method. This poll method retrieves and then removes the first element of the linked list. So next time this function will be called, we'll have second test step details at the head of the linked list. Now we'll add the conditions over here based on the different result outcomes. If result status is equals to passed, then we'll call our passed method to log the test steps in extend report. Step.get keyword will return the Gherkin keyword used with the test steps, and .get name will return the test step name. So in similar fashion, we'll add the conditions for different outcomes as well. Then the next thing which we have to do is to call our flush report method. We'll go to the end of file function. This will be called when a feature file ends. You can also call this method from different places as well. Like you can also call it from end of scenario lifecycle. Now we have called our all methods to push the information into the extend report. So the next thing is to initialize the extend report. This method will call inside the before class method, as it gets executed before any test, and will declare this method as a static so that it can be called without initialization. And then we'll change the extend report object to static as well, so that it will be the same object for each test. Now we'll go to the runner class and we'll write extend report dot initialize extend report. Apart from this, we have to provide our extend report library against the plugin attribute. So now we are done with all the configurations. Now build the project. Once our execution completes, we'll get our HTML under the target folder. So it's time to run the test. I'm running it as JUnit test. Soon execution will get started. And once the execution finished, we'll have our test information in the form of extend HTML report. As you can see, execution has been completed. So let's go to the target folder. Refresh the folder. Then you will be able to see the extend HTML report file. Now view this file in System Explorer and then open this file in browser. So here you can see that extend reports generated. We have all the details in the reports like feature name, scenario, and all the test step details. So this is how we can generate extend report in our framework. We'll see other details like attaching a screenshot, failed steps in our next videos. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe the channel. Also, please don't forget to click on the bell icon. Thank you.